welcome back to Up the Villa. If you are new around here, make sure you are subscribing. Get involved in the comment section down below. Share your thoughts on Ipswich 2, Aston Villa 2, and subscribe to the channel if you are new as well. Let's try and have a light target of 600. Let's try and get 600 likes on this one. So it's finished 2-2, and I'm a bit frustrated with the Villa performance. I think that game was there for us to win. I think Ipswich did well. I think they played well. But from Villa being 2-1 up and being in control in that second half, I don't think we should lose that game. But I've got to give credit to Ipswich, because if anyone's watched our content all week, pretty much everything that's happened in that game, we've called it. We've called the lap on transition. He gets that for the second one. We've seen Amari Hutchinson literally run the show. We've seen Ipswich's heart, desire, hunger, passion and fight to stay in the game and get back into the game and get on level terms. So I think Ipswich, they've played really well. I think they've showed a lot. They've showed a lot of fight in that performance, and it's 4 draws in a row now for them. So it shows how resolute they are. But again, we're here to talk about Villa now. So from a Villa point of view, I'm a bit frustrated. I'm a bit annoyed about how we've played. There's one glaringly obvious thing that I am really annoyed about, and it's starting to become a little worry in the back of my mind now, is our defending. 2 of those goals for Aston Villa were absolutely horrific defending. The first one is just awful. We couldn't clear it. We couldn't get out. We couldn't just boot it away. We couldn't play out. There was ample amounts of opportunities within that move for Aston Villa to clear that ball, and we don't do it. We don't deal with it. And it's just really frustrating, because we start the game really well. 64% territory possession in the final third of Ipswich. We've started the game really well, just like we did against Everton at home. Complete control, and we've just had an absolute mare. Like the ball was a grenade in our box and we can't deal with it. And we've been punished. You know, it was really sloppy. We couldn't deal with it. We couldn't get rid of it. The ball's fell to Konsa. Konsa's stabbed it down, passed it to Phillips. Phillips to Clark, ball into the lap in the back of the net. Could Martinez do a little bit better? Possibly. Again, he's near post. I think that's been a little bit of a worry this season. I think he's conceding a couple of goals like that sort of snapshot. I expect him to save it. Like I expect Martinez to save that shot, basically. But he does make up for it later on in the game. And then we get back into the game again. We get into our rhythm. Ramsey does really well to keep the ball in play. Goes to Watkins. The Ipswich player clears it. And it goes to Morgan Rogers, who flicks it up. Passes it to Watkins. Watkins back to Rogers. It's a great goal. And, he's doing the little ice-cold celebration, and he really deserved it. And then from then, we were pretty good, to be fair. We score a goal that was just complete control from Aston Villa. Like, it was a brilliant goal because it had a bit of everything. It was just beautiful play. Bailey, Onana, back to Bailey, crossing to Watkins, bullet header, a fantastic goal. And we're looking pretty good back in the game, having, had to come back in like a pretty difficult place to play football, really. We've seen it over the years now that this is a really difficult ground to go to. Martinez makes that wonderful save. It's a little bit like when he made another one before that. He made the Phillips save, and then he makes the one off the lap, the Spider save. Absolutely fantastic. And just really good. But the Spider one, Carlos is playing the lap on side, and I've got to say, Carlos, this is very, very unlike me, but he's becoming an absolute liability at the back. It takes a lot for me to say a player's that bad, but honestly, I just don't know what's going on, because he's playing a player onside. The second goal that they score, I have no idea where he's going. Like, where the position to allow the lap to get on his right foot and slot it in just stand him up. Just stand the player up. I just I can't understand how that's happened. Yeah, we're out of position and Conte's out of position and he's gave the ball away and it's a great goal on transition. But that defending for me is awful. And it's becoming a little bit of a problem now because we're conceding too many goals. We are conceding far too many goals. And this is a match reaction for the game that I've just watched. So, context on the game, the defending's bad at times. Like, we've got to really stop these silly mistakes and these little lapses and these goals that sometimes just kind of come out of nothing. So, yeah, frustrating. But I'm frustrated with the last one because I think we can deal with that. We've got enough players that are getting back. And then they've had the other thing is as well, for me in this game, it's not the goals that we've conceded as well. It's some of the chances. Like towards the end of the game, that block that Pau Torres has to make, that's like a wonderful block from Pau, but that is like last ditch defending. And I just don't think we should be getting into that scenario at times. Ipswich are a good team, but we've got to really start defending a lot better, a lot more as a unit, and just cut out these sloppy goals because it's like they come out of nothing. Like we can start a game with so much control, and then the opposition just go down the other end of the pitch and just score out of nothing. And generally, sometimes our mistake as well. So, yeah, I'm just a bit frustrated with our defending, and it needs to shore up a little bit, and we need to get better. I felt like defending the crosses and the corners into the box. That was pretty good that we did today, but Carlos has really got to sort himself out because he's passed one straight to Cunha last game. He's defending for the last one. He's played the lap onside for the first one. Well, the shot that the lap has, and Martinez has to make a save. And I mean, positives for Villa were, I thought Luca Dean had a really good game. I think Rodgers was good. But it just kind of weren't happening for him, was it? At times, like Rodgers would get into an area and it just all looked a little bit rushed. I thought Ramsey at times was a little bit rushed. Thought Tielemans played okay. Onana, I think he's got to go up a bit of a level. I think he's still probably learning under Unai Emery, but I want to see a bit more from Onana. I want to see them controlling the game a little bit better than what they did today. I don't think we really had as much control as what was needed. I feel like Bailey's coming back a little bit. I don't feel like he's quite there yet. But he put in that beautiful ball into Watkins for the goal. So there is quality there. Duran looked just nearly on the end of stuff, but wasn't quite there. Konsa, okay. Wasn't his best game either, was it? When he goes forward, we look a little bit like everything slows down a little bit because he's in an advanced position and he's not really got that quality to pick that pass, which we saw for the equaliser that Ipswich scored. That pass was cut out, and then on transition, we've got absolutely done. So, yeah, just a really frustrating game to analyse. It's a frustrating one to try and talk about because there weren't that much great from Villa, really. Philogene didn't really do much, did he? I need to see more from him. I need to see him being a bit braver on the ball, having that little bit more confidence to sort of take on a player. It just feels a little bit safe. But I think all in all, in the final third today, I think everything for me was just a bit too safe and a bit too slow. Wasn't quick enough, wasn't sharp enough. And yeah, I mean, we're unbeaten away. It's a point. I'll take it. I'm not going to say I'm not taking a point here, but Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what you guys are saying in the comment section based on that performance. I think Ipswich probably do need massive amounts of credit because I think they did actually play pretty well. You know, I don't really want to go in on the ref because I think the ref allowed a lot of Rodgers' fouls and you know, I imagine if you were as an Ipswich fan, you're going to be really frustrated with that. But I do think Morsey should have been sent off. I think that's a definite second yellow was it on Philogene? So yeah, definitely, or Tielemans, it's definitely a second yellow. He should have been off. So he had an absolute mare with that one. But apart from that, you know, I think we probably did get away with quite a bit from the ref, to be fair. But it was scrappy, it was niggly. It wasn't the greatest of games, was it? You know, we've scored 2 goals, we've conceded 2. But my biggest takeaway is we've just got to defend better. We've really got to defend better because we've conceded 2 goals today away from home. You know, we're conceding around about, was it one? I reckon we're about 1.5 now per game that we're conceding. So we can't always keep coming back. I think that's something that a lot of people have been saying, you know, in the last couple of weeks, that, you know, you can't keep coming back, which is a bit of a problem that we've got to kind of get through, really. And I don't really know what the answer is, really, because with players that we haven't got, you know, who plays right back, I guess we've got to get Cash back. I think just got to get Cash back in there, really. Someone who has probably got more experience that can play there, and put Conter back at centre half, because yeah, I think that's kind of what we've got to wait for, really. It looks like Bogart's now out the team, so I can't see him starting against Bayern Munich. So I'd imagine the back four is going to be what it was today against Bayern Munich. So it's a point, and I guess that's okay. A point on the road, it's not a bad result, but I think for me, the biggest disappointment was probably our performance. I don't think we necessarily deserve to win, but I just think the overriding, how we know we can play and what we can do away from home, I think we need to be doing a little bit better. So next episode from us is going to be the match preview for Bayern Munich, which is going to be a really big and good episode. So yeah, there'll be no debrief after this just because of the turnaround. We haven't got enough time to get in all the content that we want to be able to get out there. So yeah, we're a bit disappointed with the performance, but it's a point. So I guess we've just got to move on and just keep building on it, you know, and just keep churning out the points. So love to know what you guys think at home. Up the Villa.